All right, next we are going to look at the introduction to Chapter 3, Basic Facts and Relationships. Go ahead, it's on page 159, so turn to that page. Look at this colorful fish on this page. It's very pretty. Do you know what kind of fish this is? Well, I'm going to tell you, this is called a parrotfish. I thought parrots were birds, but not when it's a parrotfish. I'm going to read the Curious About Math to you. So follow along as I read. Parrotfish live near coral reefs in tropical ocean waters. They use their sharp teeth to scrape food off of the coral. Here's a word problem for you. Suppose 10 parrotfish are eating at a coral reef. 3 of the fish swim away. How many fish are still eating? Go ahead and pause the video and think about how we might solve that word problem, how we might answer that question. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about what's going on at the beginning of the word problem, and it is that 10 parrotfish are eating at a coral reef, and then in the middle, what happened is 3 of the fish swim away. So if they're swimming away, do you think I'm going to be combining those numbers or maybe subtracting them and taking away? That's right, we're going to be taking away because they swam away. So we want to find out at the end of the story how many fish are still eating. So go ahead and, like we did in the last video, see if you can figure out a way, a strategy to use to solve this problem. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to draw up here because it seems like a lighter color, so you're going to be able to see my work better. I'm going to start by drawing the 10 parrotfish, and I'm going to draw them as circles. So I'm drawing 10 parrotfish. And as the story said, 3 of those fish swam away. So I'm going to mark out 3 of those fish, and they just swam away. So now I want to know how many are still sitting there and eating. So if I count those, I don't know if you can see those very well in the video. If I count those, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the parrotfish are still eating. So I'm going to go ahead and write that 7 that are still there. So we started with 10. We took 3 away because they swam away, and we have 7 left. Go ahead, and if you need to pause the video to solve that problem, go ahead and do it. Next, we're going to look at the Show What You Know. Now, this is a page that I would like you to follow along, and you'll pause your video to do the work as I give you directions. The first thing you need to do is you need to write your name on this page. So pause the video and write your name. The next thing that you're going to do is it is asking you to use this picture of the apples. And as you can see, the numbers of the apples are here in the number sentence, the addition sentence. And you need to use the plus symbol and the equal symbol to show this addition sentence. So in one of the boxes, you're going to put the plus where it would belong if there were 3 red apples and 1 green apple. And then the equals to show the sum or the answer to that addition sentence. Go ahead and pause the video and do that. All right, you have another problem just like that. This time, though, we have 2 blue stars and we have 3 yellow stars. So again, you need to place a plus and an equals in the circles to complete the number sentence or the addition sentence. Go ahead and pause the video and do that. All right, next, for numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, you are going to write the sum or the answer to an addition problem. So you're going to add those. You can use what strategy you need. If you want to draw pictures to figure those out, pause the video and answer those 5 problems. All right, finally, in the last section, you are going to look at the cubes or the counting blocks, and I would like you to write an addition sentence to show the picture. So go ahead and pause the video and write the addition sentence to solve that picture. All right, next, we're going to look at the same thing, but it looks like this time the blocks are a little bit different on this side. So again, you're going to write an addition sentence that represents this picture and then find the answer, the sum. Go ahead and pause the video and do that. All right, finally, you should have written your name. Make sure that you've written your name and circle your name. And after you do that, you're going to tear this page out. If you remember, when we tear the page out, we get a hold of the page. We put our, in the center of the page, we start our finger down where the perforation is, and we go ahead and we tear out. You're going to be giving me this paper, but for now, go ahead and put it in your work tub. Pause the video to put that in your work tub. All right, next we're going to look at some review words. So we are looking at the next page, page 161. And on this page, we are going to review these words that you probably heard in first grade and that we're going to continue to talk about in second grade. So the words are addition, subtraction, plus, minus, equals, count on, and count back. All right, so we are going to decide where those review words go in our Venn diagram. And if you've ever used a Venn diagram before, a Venn diagram is two ovals or circles that overlap. They have a part in the middle where both of the circles belong. So on one side of the Venn diagram, we're going to write our review words that are addition words that usually mean that you're going to add or put things together. On the other side, the green side of the Venn diagram, we're going to put subtraction words. Subtraction is when we take away. And then in the middle, we're going to put any of our review words that could be used with addition or subtraction. All right, so first, they've done one of them for us, the word plus. They have already put in the Venn diagram for us. So I'm going to kind of mark that off. We already have addition and subtraction because they are actually the titles for the sides of the Venn diagram. Think about the word minus. Would we put that with addition or subtraction? What do you think? That's right, we're going to put it with subtraction. So go ahead and pause the video and write the word minus in your Venn diagram on the subtraction side. Next, we have the word equals. What would we use equals for? Addition or subtraction? Or both? That's right, equals, an equal sign is used in both addition and subtraction. So go ahead and pause the video and you're going to write the word equals in the middle of your Venn diagram. All right, next word is count on. So if we are counting on, counting forward, do you think we are adding or subtracting? That's right, we are using addition. So we are counting on when we add. So go ahead and pause the video and put the term count on in the addition side of your Venn diagram. Finally, we have count back. So we're going back. If we go back, are we going to end up with more or less? Are we going to add or subtract? That's right, we're going to subtract. So we're going to put count back on the subtraction side of our Venn diagram. Go ahead and pause the video and do that. All right, next, the first one asks us to circle the addition sentence. So let's look at these two number sentences. We have 3 plus 6 equals 9, and we have 9 minus 6 equals 3. Which one of those do you think would be an addition sentence? Think about which one. That's right, the 3 plus 6, because we know that plus sign is used in an addition sentence. So we're going to circle this sentence. Go ahead and pause the video and circle that sentence. Next, we're going to do number 2, which is circle the subtraction sentence. So think about what a subtraction sentence looks like. We have 8 plus 2 equals 10, and 10 minus 2 equals 8. Which one of those would we use for subtraction? That's right, the minus symbol is used in subtraction. So we're going to circle 10 minus 2 equals 8. Go ahead and pause your video and do that. Number 3 asks us to circle the count on facts. If you remember that count on means that you're going forward and getting bigger. So which one would be a count on fact? 5 minus 1 equals 4, or 4 plus 1 equals 5. Which one is counting on? That's right, when we're adding, it's count on is one of our addition words. So we're going to circle 4 plus 1 equals 5. Go ahead and pause your video and do that. And finally, number 4 says circle the count back fact. So it's the opposite of counting on, isn't it? We have 8 minus 2 equals 6, or 6 plus 2 equals 8. Which one of those would be a count back fact? What do you think? That's right, we would subtract and use the minus symbol to count back. The number would get smaller. All right, go ahead and pause the video and do that. All right, when you are done with that page, you can go ahead and close your Chapter 3 workbook up, put it in your workspace, whether it's your work tub or just in your pile of materials. And then you may go ahead on your Chromebook and you can work in Prodigy or Freckle.